If you are currently in the in-between space of what it is that you're asking for, whilst holding the void while you're waiting for it to unfold, to manifest, to be attracted into your life, and you are finding it difficult to hold the vision, to persist in the vision, to really feel into that wish fulfilled and that energy of already having it and knowing it's done and that certainty, because your 3D reality hasn't caught up yet. And in fact, it could have even gone worse, or it's just showing you that it's not here yet. And you keep finding yourself checking on it, checking on it, checking on it, and it's not here yet. Then this is the video for you. I'm going to share with you some really powerful tips so you can leave this video right now knowing exactly what to do so you can stay in the energy of having it. You can stop checking the 3D and you can allow the 3D to catch up. This is just the lag, the echo, and I'll explain what I mean about that in a minute. First of all, for anyone that doesn't know me, I'm Kirsty Elizabeth. I help women release the subconscious blocks that are holding them back from their true potential. I help them shift their energy, upgrade their identity, and recode their reality from the inside out. I have a free upcoming 3-day live event that I would love to invite you to. It's called You Are the Breakthrough. And my intention for this event is simple. I want to help you create a massive breakthrough in your life, in all areas of your life, within just 3 days. So if that sounds good to you and you're ready to become your best self, you're ready to fast track your future self and become the woman of your dreams, to actually attract and manifest and create the things you say you want to create, then make sure you sign up for that. The link is in the pinned comments. It's going to be mind-blowing. I'm pouring everything I have into this. So I would love to see you there. Now, getting back to this video, when I said about the echo, what I'm referring to is there is someone on YouTube called Bashar who channels an entity a bit like Abraham Hicks, and he talks about there being an echo. So when you've asked for what you want, you've sort of started becoming that, you're making the moves towards that, you're getting into that energy, you're visualizing it, and you're starting to bring it into the reality. Well, we know there's unseen forces at large, right? We have to give them time to work for us before we make the judgment call and the decision and the observation that what we want isn't happening and nothing's working for us. So what he says is you start taking these different actions and then you start getting like slightly different reaction. Your results start changing, but then it either defaults back to the way it's been, or it only shifts a tiny bit to make you question whether anything's actually changing at all. And what he's saying is it's an echo. It's an echo of the past version of you. It's an echo of everything that you've been creating up until this point. There's a lag time, there's a delay. If you think about it, like there's just those ripples still, so after a wave comes crashing onto the shore and then pulls back again, there's still some ripples that go out to the sea. There's still some movement, there's still some motion left in that. So it's a bit like that. They're just maybe the aftershock. That's not the nicest way to explain it, but maybe that is a way to explain it. It's simply the echo, it's the ripples, it's what's left of it. It doesn't mean nothing's changing. It doesn't mean you're stuck. It doesn't mean you're going to be here forever. It just means you haven't fully evolved into that version yet, or if you have to allow the time for reality to catch up. So what's really important now is that we change our reactions. Don't react in the same old way because you're going to create the same old results, because that means you haven't changed. React as the new version of you. Be the new version of you. Stop looking at it and expecting the worst, expecting to stay stuck. Stop checking the 3D over and over and over and over and over to see if anything's changed yet. And then when it hasn't, saying to yourself, oh, see, nothing's changing. Repeating your story. What we do is we look at the result not changing. We reinforce the meaning that we had in the first place. We reinforce the limiting story that we have around it. How can it ever change? Reinforcing our beliefs, anchoring it in even deeper through the negative response that we have. So instead of doing this, first of all, we want to allow ourselves this lag time, this grace. Allow the echo. Expect it even to a degree. We don't want to assume it into being, but we want to be okay with it. Just accept it. And then we want to choose to react in a different way. Choose to react in a way as if what we want's actually here. Now, this is where we want to go in, because you want to be creating from within you. Recently, I published a video called The Mirror Principle Explained. I'm going to link that up. You can watch that at the end. How we are actually creating everything outside of us from within us. So outside is just a reflection. It's just a projection of what it is that's coming out of us, of what it is that's in us. So what we want to do at this point is just go deeper in. Let's see where that resistance is. Where's that resistance? Where's that fear? And what we want to do is start pouring more energy and focus into our vision. So people say, stop thinking about what you don't want, think about what you do want. That's not so easy to do, especially when you've got a load of negative emotion, worry, fear, and all these other things. And you are so used to observing your reality in this way, it requires you to change. So the way that we can do that is by going back to the vision. What is it that you want? Let's start feeding and pouring energy into it. Let's start making it bigger. Let's start making it feel more alive in your mind, in your body. The body is so important. The body's stopping you from having what you want. It's stopping you from moving forward. It's your body where the fear is held, where the nervous system sort of gives up because it thinks it's too scary for you to have it. This is why Neville Goddard talks about practicing the feeling of the wish fulfilled, right? Because by doing that, we are training our brain into believing it's already real. We're reprogramming our subconscious because the language of the subconscious is images, visualization, and emotion. We imprint new neural pathways, new ideas, new thoughts, new patterns, new beliefs through emotion. So every time we're feeling that, we're also changing our subconscious wiring. But we're also training our nervous system that it's going to be safe to have the money, to have the job, to have the career, to have the business, to have the love, to have what it is in our lives. The more we practice with the visualization and just feeding that and acting as if from within ourselves, in our imagination, in our energy, the more we can go about our day. And, if you watch a love movie and you're wanting to attract love, you feel the vibrations of that movie that you're watching. You actually allow it to waken up that energy within you. So that energy is now active. That's part of your vibration, part of your energy field. That's now sending out a powerful signal of having it, because you're going through the process, watching the movie, feeling as if it's you, right? So we want to do that with other things, with the business, with the clients. Say you want to attract clients. You got to start feeling it first. You want to feel into what it feels like to have them, to work with them, to give them the outcomes that they want, to help them, to support them, to serve them, to create the impact. How amazing does that feel? Keep going into your mind and feeding your mind with this, feeding your soul with this, feeding your energy and your emotions and your body with this. Because this then changes who you are at a cellular level. It changes your identity. It changes what you're sending out. And you're no longer focused on the lack and what's not here and why is it taking so long and this is what's showing up in my reality. It's creating a new reality from within, from your energy. And then as we do that, we want to see and take a really honest stock take. Where are we attached? And what are we attached to? Are we attached to the results? Are we attached to the sales not coming so quick? Are we attached to needing this relationship to make us happy? Are we attached to needing certain clients in order to pay our bills? Because that creates a really mucky energy with success, with our clients, and with money, right? We don't want these attachments. We don't want these feelings that it has to be this certain way. If you do have a business and you're on social media and you're looking at the views or the likes or the engagement of what you're putting out there, and you're saying, well, I haven't got this, so it's never going to happen, giving meaning to the stats saying my success is determined on that. Clients are only come if I reach this. These are the subconscious stories that we create because of what we're seeing online. So we want to take an honest stock take of that and really start loosening that model of reality. Really start to dissolve some of these attachments, because at the end of the day, there's a million ways what you want can come into your life. There's so many ways. So let go of how you think it's going to happen. Let go of feeling that it has to be this, then this, then this in order to receive or have. In the case of business, focus on your impact, focus on your service, focus on what it is that you want to give to the world. Focus on how well you're showing up. Focus on the inputs. How can I improve? How can I be better? How can I show up as the best version of myself? How can I give more? How can I be more? How can I own my power? How can I own my value? How can I own my worth? If you focus on that every day, instead of trying to get an outcome, the outcome is going to come as a byproduct, because your power is going through the bloody roof. Your personal power is skyrocketing. People will be attracted to that. It's the same with money. If money is the issue right now, the more attached we are to how it's going to come, it needs to come through my business and it needs to come through this one specific way, as opposed to let it come from anywhere. Let it come in any way it wants, because there's going to be different paths with less resistance. And actually, once it starts flowing through, and this has happened for me, once it starts flowing through, even though it was in ways that you didn't necessarily want or ask for, and it wasn't through work or anything like that, you start feeling into the vibration of gratitude and having and abundance, and that builds. And then you can start applying that energy to your work or your business, wherever your main source of income is coming through. Be open to it. Be open to the magic and miracles. All the time we are checking the 3D, looking at the 3D, trying to make the 3D work. We even try and control it and manipulate it through our visualization, don't we? Trying to force it into being. I know I've done that a million times. But actually, what if we just step back and relax? And we trust in the unseen. Things are happening. It's like, you must have heard the analogy about, a woman having a baby, right? So we sit there and we grow a baby in our tummies for 9 months. We're not constantly like looking down there to see if it's going to come out yet. We're not, like, obviously it comes with some degree of, oh gosh, I hope it's going to be a safe delivery. I hope I'm going to reach the end of this pregnancy and all of those things. But we trust in the process. We trust that the baby's being made through our body, through infinite intelligence, through life force, through the natural way it's going to evolve. We have to step back. All we can focus on is what we're feeding and nourishing our bodies with, our minds with, our emotions with, right? We can't do anything about that. And it's the same thing. Like, we have to let go. We have to let life lead. We have to allow the things that are going to happen, because if we're not doing that and we're constantly controlling and gripping and, then nothing can happen. There's too much resistance. We've put everything in a chokehold and we're blocking our own good. So we have to be willing to relax and let go and just keep going inside, feeling how amazing it will feel. Like, what will I do now? What will I do next? How does my life look now? Just keep going in and playing these scenarios. Let yourself get emotionally involved with it. What's your why? Make your why so much more compelling. Are you doing it for you, obviously? Then are you doing it for your family? Are you doing it for your clients? Are you doing it for the world? Like, what is the bigger picture? What is the ripple effect here? Because the more you can involve other people in this, like Tony Robbins always says, then the more willing you are to get out of your own way and do this. So how about, as of today, you're just going to let go for the next 14 days. How does that sound? Do you think you can do a 14-day experiment where you just let go every time you notice yourself slipping back into checking, slipping back into it's not here yet? You immediately go back, hand on your heart, go back to that vision, whether it's in a vision board, whether it's through journaling, whether it's through just feeling, imagining, writing down different scenarios that would be happening right now. Do that every single time and relax. Find ways to relax. Find ways to have pleasure and to have fun in your life and celebrate every little thing that's going right, every little thing that comes in. Because this is putting you in receiving mode rather than you blocking the flow. So let me know in the comments what's broken through for you. What are your insights and your ahas? Share your experiences. Tell me about times when you've been able to let go and things have just flown in. Tell me about all the different times that's happened for you, so you can start seeing what it was that worked for you before, so you can apply your own success blueprint to this process. And of course, if you want to come join me, make sure you sign up for that 3-day live event. I can't wait. I promise you it's going to be really powerful. And for those of you that don't want to wait until then and you want to get straight in and do the work with one-to-one support, you can book a 90-minute one-to-one coaching and healing breakthrough session with me. I will drop a link in the description. These sessions are so powerful. You will leave having shifted in your identity, your frequency. We will be putting you on a whole new timeline by the end of the session. And so that you don't slip back into old habits and ways, you'll also walk out with steps and things that you need to do to implement, embody, and integrate it moving forward. So I only release a handful of these a week, so make sure you go grab one if that sounds good to you. And in the meantime, thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate you. Share it with anyone that you think this is going to help right now, and I'll see you in the next one.